everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce, and I am one of the travel agents with Marvelous Mouse Travel. We are the agency that runs this Facebook group, along with several others that are focused on different destinations. And we are here tonight for Sundays with MMT. This is a weekly live agent channel video series that we do in one of our Facebook groups every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are really excited to be in this group tonight to talk to you about a recent training trip that a group of our agents got to take with Royal Caribbean. So we have a lot of information that we're going to be sharing with you tonight, but we also would love to take any questions that you may have. So feel free at any point to go ahead and drop your questions in the comments at any point during the video, and we will come back to those at the end and pick those up and get through as many as we can. So I'm joined tonight by 3 of our marvelous agents. Ladies, thank you so much for being here tonight. And if you would please just take a moment to tell us your name, how long you've been with the agency, and the best way for people to contact you if they're interested in planning a vacation.
Hi, everyone. I am Tracy Hope. I have been with Marvelous Mouse Travels for 2 years, a little bit over 2 years, actually. You can reach me at tracy.hope@marvelousmousetravels.com.
Hey guys, I'm Shanna. I've been with Marvelous Mouse for about a year and a half now, and you can reach me at shanna@marvelousmousetravels.com.
Hi guys, I'm Jen Schiller. I've been with Marvelous Mouse since July of 2021, and you can reach me at my email. I'm jen.schiller@marvelousmousetravels.com.
And again, my name is Ginger Pierce. I have been with the agency coming up on 4 years now. And the best way to get in touch with me is to visit my blog, which you can find at gingermmt.com. So, ladies, before we jump into some of the fun stuff that we're going to talk about, we're going to spend a lot of time tonight talking about your experiences with Perfect Day at CocoCay, which is obviously something that, Royal is really proud of, their private island, and for good reason, because there's so much fun stuff to do there. But before we even get to that point in the cruise process, we do have to think about things right now, such as testing requirements, vaccine requirements, things like that. So what are the current vaccine and testing requirements for Royal Caribbean?
Ginger, anybody that is ages 12 or older needs to be fully vaccinated in order to cruise. And prior to cruising, no more than 2 days prior to getting on board, you have to get a test. And if you are fully vaccinated, it can be an antigen test as long as it is taken at a pharmacy or a doctor's office. You can't use an at-home test unless you purchase the at-home test from Royal Caribbean, of which then you schedule a time 2 days prior to do a telecall with them to perform your test so that you are ready to get on board.
Gotcha.
I'll hop on to that. Sorry, Ginger.
No, go ahead.
Excuse me, I ordered the kit from Royal. That was my first time doing the COVID test like that. It was so easy. I know kind of recently it's been a little harder to get a test. And so having it at home, I probably had it, I don't know, a week before it was time for me to test. And then I just opened it up or logged in that like 2 days before, had someone walk me through it, and I was done. So it was so simple to just do it at home and be done with it. I really liked it.
Awesome. And I love that Royal gives you that option, because not all cruise lines do that. Not all cruise lines will give you that kind of telecall option. And I think it does make it so much less stressful to get that pre-embarkation testing done if you know you have that option. Now, did you guys find it pretty easy to order that test, to find out how you were supposed to order that? Was that a pretty painless process?
Yeah, I thought so. I think it was in health and safety. And then it was super simple, just clicking on the link and you went through and I ordered it. And I feel like it told me it was going to arrive in like 5 to 7 days or something around that. And I think I got it in 3. So it came really fast. I had plenty of time to have it. And there are actually 2 in the kit. So I still have one for another cruise.
There you go.
I did the same thing. I bought the 3-pack. So I'm stocked up for the next time. It
There
was
you go.
so easy. I actually
Awesome.
had an appointment to get tested at CVS on the 2 days prior, but I got so nervous and I had the test at home, so I went ahead and just did it myself at home, and it was I'll never, you know,
Yeah.
not do that again. It's so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you guys mentioned, especially with testing being a little bit harder to come by these days, having that option is really takes a lot of the stress out of it for
And it
sure.
was really nice because when you went into the app, which of course all pre-boarding stuff is kind of done in the app, you
Right.
could just take a picture of your results and download it. So you had that, along with your passport and everything. So when you got to the
Mhm.
port, it made it so much easier.
That's awesome. So now that we're, talking about on board, speaking of getting on board and embarkation, talk to me a little bit about the protocols actually in place on the ship. What's the same? What's different? Did you feel safe and comfortable as you were sailing?
So this was my absolute first cruise ever. And I was a little nervous, but at the same time, like as soon as I got on and saw like just how they were cleaning constantly and they were really enforcing, to stay with your own party and not to mingle too much. Um, I felt so comfortable with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When you're outdoors, they don't require the masks right now. So that's nice. And before you walk into an indoor space, they have a reminder on the door telling you to mask up. Because I mean, sometimes you forget,
Yeah,
you're kind of
you
comfortable
do.
without it. And, that reminder's there. And I also like how when you're in certain areas of the ship where you want to go maybe get a beverage or something, um, the tables are spaced out and there's cards on the table where you can't sit, so it's very clear where you can sit, and you can tell because the card says that the table is clean and ready for you. When you get up, you're supposed to flip it over so that they know to clean it. So you can tell that they're doing everything that they can to keep people safe. Plus, in your mind that everybody on there has been vaccinated or has been tested. So you kind of go in there knowing that you're pretty safe, probably safer there than you are at the grocery store. So I think that really eased my mind as well.
Awesome.
I totally agree with that. I mean, you're with everyone who's vaccinated, and so you truly can't be in any safer place. And everyone just tested, so you know that they're negative before they get on board. Everyone's vaccinated, and then when you're indoors, you're wearing a mask. So, I mean, yeah, you feel so safe.
Awesome. Do you feel like there was still plenty to do, plenty of places to eat and everything, not too much closed off or unavailable?
I think so. And I actually like the Windjammer now that you kind of get served by them, to be quite
Yeah.
honest with you. It's like kind of less grabbing at the tongs to get your food. And I mean, there was plenty of things. Not everything is open, but very few things are not open. So,
Yeah.
there's still plenty to do. There's still tons of food to get no matter where you're at. I didn't feel that it was lacking in any way. And plus, there's less people on board. So, it's not as crowded. It's kinda nice.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
great time
awesome.
to cruise.
And I'm weird, but I don't like buffet. Like buffets have always stressed me out. So the idea of not having to get up and serve
It's
myself
nice.
and try to make decisions like that is, it's
Yep.
pretty nice. Yeah. Absolutely. So let's move on and let's talk about perfect day at CocoCay because for a lot of people, this is the highlight of their Royal Caribbean cruise. So talk to me a little bit about some of your favorite things. Like what were your favorite things to do or your favorite things to eat, your favorite places on the island? And that's probably something we should clarify. If you're brand new to Royal Caribbean, you might not know that CocoCay is Royal Caribbean's own private island. So you can only access CocoCay if you are sailing with Royal Caribbean, and they have so much to do that I'm going to let these ladies tell you about now.
So, Jen, I think did you do the overwater cabana as well?
No, I was in a cabana at Thrill Water Park.
Okay. So I got lucky enough to be able to do the overwater cabana for the second time. And it's amazing. I don't know how you can go and not do it. It is an extra cost, and the cost does vary by month and just kind of when you're traveling. I know it was one price when I sailed in July. It was a different price this time. And I think someone even looked at it for June and it was a different price then. But you can have a total of 8 people. And so if you're like us, we were going with a bunch of girls. And so when you split it between the 8 of you, it was perfect. All you can eat food all day long while you're there. You have your own attendant who brings you everything that you want. And then if you have the drink package, then you can have that unlimited alcoholic beverages as well. It's got a slide into the ocean. It's also got like the overwater hammock, and then it has a shower, and then a nice little seating area. And so it's a really fun way to experience CocoCay, and it's a part of their I think it's called
Cocoa Beach Club.
Yeah.
Yes, Cocoa Beach Club. And so you also have access to all those amenities as well, where they have an infinity pool and dining too. So
Yeah.
that was my highlight of the day.
Well, and those overwater cabanas, like if you've ever looked at pictures of those things, those of you who maybe haven't gotten to experience that firsthand yet, it honestly looks like something you would find in like Tahiti or the Maldives or something like that. It's beautiful. It's so, so pretty. And definitely the way to do it, I think.
Yeah,
It is.
I have gone. I had the luxury also of doing it, and I've gone to CocoCay without doing it, and still just loved it. Honestly, I wanted to spend the night there. I wish I could. I love that place, but the overwater cabana, like value wise, it might seem steep for people, and we did get to split it, but I will tell you, worth every penny. The Cocoa Beach Club in itself, if you're not even getting the cabana and just want to pay to get into the Cocoa Beach Club, that's covered when you rent the cabana. So, those people were bringing drinks that we didn't even ask for. They were bringing lobster that we didn't even ask for. I mean, desserts. It was just, and you just sat and you kind of chilled and you talked to your friends. And then we left because we also wanted to go get the food on CocoCay. It's just wonderful outside of the Cocoa Beach Club also, and there's certain things I like there, like the ice cream and the brownies, and so
Yeah.
we also took a little walk and double dipped and had some of that food as well, and it didn't disappoint. But the whole island in itself, I've not gone to the water park, but I got to tour it and I saw it, and like my kids would die to go there. It's amazing. So it's just so much to do, and I don't think there's anybody that couldn't find a place on that island that they liked to just sit and spend the day. You can go kayaking, you can go snorkeling, you can do excursions on jet skis. We did a kayak tour with my family. I did a glass bottom boat tour with my family, and there's just so much to do there for everyone of every age and every like.
Yeah, the cabanas that we had over in the water park were like the perfect place if you're going with a family with young kids, because it's such a great little home base. You have the cooler, you have the attendant that brings stuff all day, and he was bringing stuff all day, just nonstop. Funnel cakes and drinks and just the full menu. But yeah, if you take your kids, it's the perfect place because you're shaded, and you have that place to keep your stuff. And the rides are just cool, a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Absolutely. Now, how much of CocoCay would you say, like, what are some of the things where if you don't want to do an upcharge, like if you don't want to rent a cabana or something like that, what are some things that you can do there that are included in your cruise fare?
Well, we walked all over. We had the tour in the morning, but then in the afternoon, a bunch of us walked over to South Beach. They've got the lounge chairs, and a lot of games. There was like I think basketball and
Mhm.
want to say volleyball. I know there were a lot of games over there, and all of that is no upcharge.
Mhm.
But
They
there's
have music
gimmicks
playing.
and
Yeah, music playing during the day. It's kind of like a party vibe. The
Mhm.
food is all included, and if you do have the drink package on the ship, it carries forward when you're on the island. I bought my own snorkel gear when I did it, so it didn't cost me anything to go snorkeling when I had gone with my family. I just feel like there's plenty to do. Kids can play in the sand, can relax in your chairs. There's hammocks everywhere that you can go sit in. There's market with some local people that sell their goods on the island, and you can even use your CPS card. So again, you don't need any cash, and swim in the ocean. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Awesome. So I definitely think I know what your answer to this next question is going to be, but as we kind of wrap things up for the night, do you recommend cruising right now, in particular with Royal Caribbean? Why or why not?
Absolutely.
100%.
My family they have never sailed, and I've only done Royal Caribbean. And we're actually booked for Disney Wish in October. And so taking our 3 kids and my husband. So absolutely. I think it's, when people worry or talk about, is it safe? Yeah, it's really safe. You're all vaccinated. So yeah, my answer is yes.
Awesome.
I
Amen.
would. I came home and started looking to when I can go again. I said I just want to be on there. It's so fun, and like they're saying, everything is so very clean, and the ships are still not at full capacity, and there's really nothing to be worried about. I personally think it's a great time to cruise, and I keep telling people you have to understand how nice it is to cruise right now. I feel like it may never be like this, which I hope it's not. I do hope we get back to full capacity on the
Right,
ship,
of course.
but it is a really great time to go, and there's some wonderful deals. I mean, take advantage of these deals right now, because you will not see them for much longer, because people want to go now, and they're getting anxious to move forward.
Absolutely. And one thing I did want to point out, because you guys just mentioned Disney Cruise Line, whenever we're training with Royal, specifically, Royal is really, if like, let's say, for instance, your family is new to cruising and you have kids and you're like, oh, I don't really know how my kids are going to do. I don't know if cruising is going to be their favorite vacation. And maybe you don't, because Disney Cruise Line does tend to be a little bit higher price point. If you just don't really know if you're willing to make that level of investment, Royal Caribbean is a fantastic cruise line for families. I mean, it's great for adults too, but if you have young kids, there are so many things for them to do. And so, just because it doesn't have, a child theme park name or anything like that attached to it, doesn't mean that there's not great things for your kids. And so definitely, don't rule out Royal, because there's so much to do if you're traveling with a family. So let's see. I don't believe I have seen any questions come through on this video, but just know that if you happen to be watching this after it's no longer live and you think of a question, we do monitor these videos after the fact. So feel free to go ahead and drop that into the comments, and we will be happy to come back and answer that for you later. But we thank you so much for joining us tonight for Sundays with MMT. If you would like to get more information about planning a vacation from any of the agents that you heard from tonight, you can go back to the beginning of the video and you can see all of our contact information there. It is the same price to book your vacation through one of our agents as it is to book it directly on Royal Caribbean's website. And we can help you with anything from a cruise to an all-inclusive vacation to a theme park and even beyond. So again, we thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you again next week, actually in this group again, same time, same place, as we're going to be talking with more of our agents about their experiences on the Independence of the Seas. So we hope to see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.